I just got back from what was supposed to be a relaxing, romantic honeymoon in Hawaii with my husband, Mark, 29M. Instead of coming home to the brand new house we had literally closed on a week before our wedding, I walked through the front door to find my entire wardrobe missing, the house smelling like cheap lavender perfume, and my mother-in-law, Linda, 58, female, sound asleep in my marital bed. Before I get into the absolute insanity of what happened, you need to understand the dynamic with Linda. Linda is the ultimate toxic boy mom. Ever since Mark's dad passed away 10 years ago, she has treated Mark less like a son and more like a substitute husband. She relied on him for everything, from emotional support to fixing her sink to being her +1 at her friends' dinner parties. When I came into the picture 3 years ago, she immediately saw me as the enemy, the other woman. She made passive-aggressive comments about my cooking, my career, and my weight. She even showed up to our wedding wearing a floor-length beaded ivory gown that looked more bridal than my actual dress. Mark, to his credit, has been going to therapy and getting much better at setting boundaries. But Linda doesn't care about boundaries. She sees them as challenges. The huge mistake happened right before we left for Hawaii. Mark gave Linda a spare key to our new house just for emergencies to water the plants while we were gone. I had a bad feeling about it, but I didn't want to start a fight on our wedding week. Well, my bad feeling was an understatement. Mark and I decided to fly back one day early to unpack and settle in before going back to work. We didn't tell anyone. We pulled into our driveway and I immediately noticed Wenda's car parked right in the middle of our garage. We walked inside and the house looked different. There were hideous floral curtains hung up in the living room, family photos on the mantle, photos of just Linda and Mark, completely excluding me. But the real horror show was upstairs. I walked into the master bedroom and there she was, napping. I looked over at my open walk-in closet and my stomach dropped. Every single piece of my clothing, my shoes, my dresses, my work suits, was gone, replaced by Linda's muumuus, polyester slacks, and orthotics. "Linda, what the hell is going on?" I yelled, waking her up. She sat up, didn't even look embarrassed, and had the sheer audacity to sigh. "Oh, you're back early. I wasn't done redecorating. I donated all that trashy stuff. A wife should dress modestly. Plus, I realized this house is way too big for just the two of you and I was getting lonely, so I decided to move in." I looked at Mark. His face was pale, but then it turned completely red. He finally snapped. He told her she was out of her mind, that she had no right to touch my things, and that she needed to pack up and leave right that second. But Linda didn't budge. She crossed her arms, smirked, and deployed the ultimate gaslighting tactic. "I'm not leaving. I forwarded my mail here last week. By state law, I have squatter's rights. You can't kick me out without an eviction notice." She had actually researched how to squat in her own son's house. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. A strange, terrifying calm washed over me. I looked at Mark and said, "Take her to the diner down the street, get her a coffee. We need to talk about this rationally. Give me 1 hour to cool down." Linda looked smug, thinking she had won. As soon as Mark drove her away, I sprung into action. First, I called an emergency locksmith. It cost me $300, but he was there in 20 minutes and changed the deadbolts on the front and back doors. While he was doing that, I grabbed a box of heavy-duty black contractor trash bags. I went upstairs and threw every single item of hers into those bags. I dragged all 8 bags downstairs and dumped them directly on the front lawn. Then I went to the side of the house where our trash bins were. My clothes were sitting right on top in clear plastic bags. She hadn't even donated them. She literally just threw them in the garbage. I dragged them back inside. Exactly 1 hour later, Mark's car pulled up. I had texted him a warning, so he stayed in the car while Linda marched up to the front door. She tried her key. It didn't turn. Then she noticed the trash bags on the lawn. I was watching the live feed from our Ring doorbell camera on my phone. Linda lost her absolute mind. She started screaming obscenities, kicked the front door, picked up a garden gnome, and threw it against the brick wall, shattering it. She looked like a rabid animal, foaming at the mouth. This is where the petty revenge turned into nuclear warfare. Linda is very involved in her local church. Her entire identity is built on being the perfect, pious Christian mother. I downloaded the 3-minute video from the Ring camera. I logged into Facebook, joined the public group for her church congregation, and uploaded the video. My caption was simple. Hi everyone, please keep my mother-in-law Linda in your prayers. She is currently having a severe mental breakdown on our front porch and attempting to destroy our property. We are very concerned for her spiritual and mental well-being. I tagged her. I tagged the pastor. I tagged the other ladies on the hospitality committee. Within 10 minutes, her phone started blowing up. The comments on the video were brutal. People were horrified at the language she was using and the way she was acting. Her carefully crafted facade was completely destroyed in front of the only people whose opinions she cares about. Mark drove off and left her on the lawn with her trash bags. She had to call an Uber of shame to take her to a cheap motel. It's been a month. Mark and I have gone completely no contact with her. She is currently the pariah of her church. She stepped down from all her committees out of embarrassment. Some of Mark's extended family are blowing up my phone saying that posting the video was too far and that I should respect my elders. So was I too harsh, or did she get exactly what she deserved?